Hello YouTube, I'm back again with another rant video. I'm going to talk about a disturbing video that this girl made. This is not the first, apparently, because I think this is her second response of the situation. And it has something to do with her private life. Like, although I never understood these people, whether it's man, female, or child, why they want to bring up their private life to the world, especially something that has nothing to do with them, and then which isn't really gonna help their case, because you may think that it's gonna like make you feel better in the future, but there is actually gonna make you feel worse, and then you might start going through depression because now that you gave your story to the entire public for the world to see and judge you, they may think you're lying. They might decide to harass you, question you. Well, like, what was your purpose? What was the point of even doing that in the first place? Whether you are even, especially now with what's been going on in the past, they may wonder whether you might have some suicidal thoughts. And again, they're not too sure either. But like, because I'm gonna just get straight to the point. So apparently she was talking about like her childhood, how when her father was developing some type of attraction towards her. I think since she was the age of 4, and then that like she didn't know how to process all of it. Again, there were times where her own father would make her go to his friend's house, and they would allow them to touch her. So he pretty much gave them permission to do so, even whether they asked, or if he um, whether or he let them by telling them what they should do. And again, I'm sure she was not too sure of herself, what was going on at the time, because yeah, at that age, a child should not be able to be able to witness that themselves, or feel that kind of contact from someone who's a lot older, especially from a wider age gap. And then I think on all in middle school, considering like throughout middle school, that she wasn't really in touch with him that much. Like, normally they would like, there are times or an occasion he would meet, they would see each other, just to know what's going on with her school, with her life, and like, and just to see how much she's grown up. And again, she decides to bring it up because now this is where it's really, this is where this is the this is where it's this is what it's all about, actually. So apparently she wanted, not only is this girl on TikTok, for some people, maybe I want to be sure, I want to, that I didn't forget to bring up her name. Her name happens to be Carla Ramirez one. I'm not gonna show her name because, so it's better you just figure it out yourself. Again, this is important because this is what I'm actually gonna talk about right now. So apparently she decided to do an OnlyFans. Um, she decided to have an account on OnlyFans, and then later, time to time, when she's going through all the through all the changes, through all the features while on OnlyFans, she started noticing that she was getting several accounts from a bunch of supporters, of a bunch of so-called fake fans. Whether they're fake or not doesn't matter again. And one of them just seemed, apparently she said she had an awkward feeling that one of them is probably close with her, around her, whether like it's a family member. And then she later did find out that happened to one of her family members from one of the accounts. So apparently she mentioned how one of the accounts happened to be George Lewis, and then that he sent a nude photo of himself, the father, and then he was wondering whether she would write on it. She would write on it, and then later on, like, after going through all that, like, from all the countermeasures, from all the people that have been messaging her and been requesting her on OnlyFans, she later finds out, I think whether it's George Lewis or whoever, that she gets a call from her mom. One of them was talking. So that's how eventually she later finds out the person that the entire time, like the person that was stalking her happens to be her dad. And like obviously it's weird because I think she did, I don't know whether I think she did bring up with her mom while she's on the phone with her. She over like, and she heard another woman, like a lady talking, and there was texts, and there was her, and then eventually she started messaging her father, and then saying how sick he was, that he is very repulsive, just a disgusting and disheartening man again. Like he's not a real father. He's probably never been a father, real father in her life again. Because like it wasn't, it was, I don't think it was she was talking to her mom. I don't think I have the caller happened to be her mom. But it could possibly be that like maybe like because we don't it's not clear as day to be honest because there's not enough proof. It's pretty vague, like because enough there was enough evidence to show for me to actually determine what's going on. Because all I can say is that she was either talking to her mom or that she was either talking to somebody who was using either her dad's like contact or whatever. But then she started to notice that it was her father that was stalking her through since the day whether the day she was born or with the age of 4 is when he built this attraction for us, which is considered incest. But I bring it up either way because I don't want to try to be appropriate again. But that is so disgusting. Like imagine like this is why it's like what is the point of having OnlyFans? Like it doesn't like it's really this. I wouldn't really say this is new. This is really sick. Especially you have OnlyFans, you have someone in your family that's willing to go that far to try and seduce you. Like, are you kidding me? Wow. Just thinking about it, just like it makes my gut wrench. And hopefully, maybe if she has the enough evidence, because this is the problem. This is why this is like I said before. Like, do not bring up your private life with random people that you don't even know. Just because you have a huge like a huge content, just because you're popular, does not mean you should share with everybody. And they're gonna lie as if they're gonna help you. End of the day, they're just gonna give their opinions. They're gonna judge you. They're gonna think, oh, this girl's in the wrong because she didn't bring it up with the right people. And again, I have to agree with them. So again, if you're gonna have to want to be able to deal with the situation the right way, if you want to be able to avoid criticism, you don't want to be harassed, and you want to get it handled, it's better to do it professionally. I'm not saying you are the professional, but have somebody, whether it's your family. Also, like what I'm saying is, you want to be at least notify your family members who you can trust. Maybe there may not be someone you can trust, but at best it's your family. Or if, I really can't count on friends because they don't know you too well. But and then usually I wouldn't consider this. Like I personally, I don't condone snitching. I'm not a fan of it. Again, sometimes if it escalates better, it's also you have no choice but to inform the police, to have law enforcement involved, because like who knows what he is plotting, who knows what could happen at this point if it goes if he goes as far as wanting to kidnap her. And again, it could lead to an investigation, it could lead to a lot of questioning, it could lead to a serial number of like problems for her in the future, whether she's having thoughts of committing suicide. And again, I'm not condoning it because you also want to seek help, the right help, not just from people who are just gonna judge you, who are just so you can get some type of gratification. Again, the best type of gratification you want is someone who could actually put your father in his place. And again, that if there is some type of evidence, he may resort to violence again, because this is the chance that you were putting this on social media to ruin somebody else's life. But like, if he deserves it, then by all means inform the police. Do not bring this up with the world, because what are they gonna do for you? They're just gonna talk behind their screen and judge you and see it for what it is. And they might call you names, and again, like, it's not a big deal, but like you definitely should have thought about it before deciding to post it online. And again, my advice is that it's best you let the right people handle it for you so that you can avoid all sorts of problems later in the future, so that if you want to end your whether you want to end your suffering, if you want your if you want your suffering to be less tolerant, you want to be more, actually I mean to say more tolerant actually, you want it to be as bad as it was before, you want it to minimize it. Again, like I said, find the right people. Do not let people on social media hear about your private life, because it has nothing to do with them and they can't help you. And again, the best way to do it is, like, sometimes it's better just to keep silent. Whether, especially if you are big on social media, like, who is gonna tell? Who's really gonna gossip? Had you not kept quiet about it, like, had you kept quiet about it, I guarantee no one gossip about it again. Like, there's no point, because when the moment you talk about it, you're gonna regret it, and you're gonna think, oh, how am I gonna get help now? Because people know about my private life, they know about my secret. Like, though actually it's your father's secret. Again, it's gonna hinder you later in the future, and then because people are gonna think you made a bad decision, really stupid decision right now. Because sometimes you can't help stupid. Again, not saying you are, but what you did was wrong. But at the same time, I'm not to say your father is right either, because he definitely needs to be checked also. And hope you can find some better, hope you find some treatment. Again, you could try to avoid embarrassing yourself, and maybe let some professional who is willing to help be able to handle it. And again, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Check your notifications well, and maybe possibly I'll make some upcoming content. And hopefully I'll do more videos related to any incidents throughout my rant videos. Again, thank you.